Have you ever pondered over the complexity of life itself, the blueprint that shapes us, our DNA? DNA, short for deoxyribonucleic acid, is more than just a mouthful to say. It's the foundation of all life as we know it, the intricate code that designs every living organism on this planet. Picture it like a biological instruction manual, a guide that determines everything from the color of your eyes to the rhythm of your heartbeat. But within this vast code, scientists have discovered sections that, on the surface, appear to serve no purpose. These sections, often referred to as junk DNA, make up a significant portion of our genetic material. For years, they've been largely dismissed, left collecting dust in the corners of our biological understanding. Yet, as we delve deeper into the mysteries of our genetic structure, we are beginning to question this long-held belief. Recent studies have hinted at a more profound role for these disregarded sections of our DNA. They suggest that this junk DNA might not be junk after all. These studies paint a picture of a complex and intricate system, where every piece has a purpose, even if we haven't deciphered it yet. They propose a world where junk DNA could hold the key to understanding our very essence, unlocking secrets about our health, our evolution, and perhaps even our consciousness. Let's delve into some fascinating facts about our DNA that might just blow your mind. Did you know that if you were to unravel all the DNA in your body and lay it end to end, it would stretch all the way from here to Pluto and back? Not once, not twice, but an astonishing 17 times, that's right. Each human body has over 2 meters of DNA packed into every single cell. And considering the trillions of cells in our body, that's a lot of DNA. And here's where it gets even more fascinating. No two people have identical DNA, not even identical twins. While identical twins share almost the same genetic code, tiny differences called epigenetic tags separate their DNA. These tags can change the way a person's genes express themselves, leading to differences in appearance and even personality. But here's where things get even more interesting. Enter the concept of DNA activation. It's a notion that suggests we've only scratched the surface of understanding our DNA. In fact, scientists assert that only about 2% of human DNA is understood, with the remaining 98% often dismissed as junk DNA. But what if there's more to this so-called junk? What if this largely misunderstood segment of our DNA isn't useless at all, but rather a dormant treasure chest of spiritual properties? In the realm of spirituality, DNA is often viewed as more than just a biological blueprint. It's seen as a divine code, imbued with potential beyond the physical. This perspective introduces the concept of ascension, a process of spiritual evolution from a three-dimensional state of being, or 3D, to a five-dimensional state, or 5D. The 3D state is where most of us currently exist, bound by the physical laws of the universe, experiencing time as linear and space as three-dimensional. It's a state of duality, where we perceive ourselves as separate from others and the universe. On the other hand, the 5D state is described as a higher level of consciousness. Here, time is seen as fluid, and we perceive our interconnectedness with all things. It's a state of unity and unconditional love, where we can tap into our spiritual abilities, like intuition or empathy, more freely. Now you might be wondering, what does this have to do with our DNA? Well, some spiritual theories suggest that the so-called junk DNA, the parts of our DNA sequence not currently understood by science, could be the key to this ascension process. These theories propose that this junk might not be junk at all. Instead, it could be dormant or latent DNA that, when activated, could unlock our spiritual abilities or elevate our consciousness. What does it mean to ascend from a three-dimensional existence to a five-dimensional one? This question has captivated the minds of many, sparking a fascinating exploration into the realms of science and spirituality. Dimensional ascension is an intriguing concept that transcends the physical world we're familiar with. In our everyday lives, we operate in a three-dimensional existence. This means we experience life in terms of length, width, and height, bound by the constraints of time and space. We perceive the world around us through sensory data, and our understanding is limited by these physical parameters. Now imagine a shift to a five-dimensional existence. Here, we transcend the linear constraints of time and space. This reality operates on a higher vibrational frequency, where consciousness and thought have the power to manipulate reality. It's a realm where our perception expands beyond the physical senses, allowing us to experience a deeper connection with the universe and our own spiritual essence. This is the realm of intuition, telepathy, and multidimensional awareness. So, how do we make this monumental shift from 3D to 5D? The answer might lie within us, hidden in our DNA. Yes, our DNA, the very blueprint of life, might hold the key to this ascension. Our understanding of DNA has evolved over time. Once scientists believed that 98% of our DNA was junk or non-coding. However, emerging research suggests that this junk DNA might not be dormant at all. Instead, it could be a vast reservoir of spiritual potential, waiting to be activated. DNA activation refers to the process of awakening these dormant strands, potentially enabling us to tap into abilities and perceptions beyond our current comprehension. This process might be the bridge that links our current three-dimensional existence to a higher, five-dimensional reality. This is not merely about spiritual enlightenment or personal growth, it's about human evolution on a grand scale. It's about pushing the boundaries of our understanding, about exploring the furthest reaches of our potential. Imagine the possibilities if we could unlock this potential within our DNA. The journey from 3D to 5D might be a leap into the unknown, but it could also be the next step in our evolution as a species. You might be wondering, is there any scientific evidence to back up these impressive claims? Well, let's dive into the world of science and explore what researchers have discovered about DNA activation and dimensional ascension. Firstly, the Human Genome Project revolutionized our understanding of DNA. Completed in 2003, it revealed that a staggering 98% of our DNA was not coding for proteins, the building blocks of life, leading scientists to label it as junk DNA. However, recent studies suggest that this junk DNA may have a purpose after all. A groundbreaking study published in the journal Nature in 2012, known as the ENCODE project, found that a significant portion of the junk DNA is actually involved in regulating gene expression. This means that it plays a crucial role in turning genes on and off, like a complex biological switchboard. Moreover, a research paper published in the journal Science in 2014 suggested that this junk DNA might be involved in complex processes like aging and diseases, indicating that it could hold the keys to our health and longevity. In terms of dimensional ascension, the concept is more metaphysical than scientific in nature. However, some quantum physicists suggest that the idea of higher dimensions could be plausible. String theory, a theoretical framework in physics, proposes that there could be up to 11 dimensions, although this remains a highly debated topic in the scientific community. Furthermore, a study conducted at the University of California, San Francisco in 2018 found that meditation, a practice often associated with spiritual ascension, can cause changes at the molecular level, affecting our DNA. This suggests a potential link between our physical bodies and our spiritual selves. While the scientific evidence related to DNA activation and dimensional ascension is still emerging, these studies highlight the potential of our junk DNA and the possibility of higher dimensions. Science is just beginning to scratch the surface of our DNA's potential. So, how exactly does DNA activation relate to our ascension from 3D to 5D? Let's take a dive into this compelling topic. The majority of our DNA, nearly 98%, is often labeled as junk DNA. However, recent theories propose that this so-called junk might be more like dormant spiritual DNA, waiting to be activated. This activation is believed to allow us to access higher dimensions of existence, thus enabling our ascension from the third dimension to the fifth. How so, you ask? Well, think of it as unlocking hidden capabilities within ourselves, much like unlocking hidden features on a complex piece of technology. The potential implications of this are astounding. We could be looking at a future where our understanding of existence and consciousness takes a quantum leap forward. As we activate our DNA, we could potentially ascend to higher levels of consciousness and existence. We stand on the precipice of a new understanding of our very being. This revelation has profound implications for our understanding of ourselves and our place in the universe. We've discovered that our DNA is far more complex than we originally believed. We've learned that what we once dismissed as junk DNA may actually hold the keys to our spiritual evolution, our ascension from the third to the fifth dimension. This scientific insight has the potential to revolutionize our understanding of human potential. It suggests that we are not merely physical beings but spiritual entities capable of transcending our current reality. Our DNA, once thought to be a static blueprint, may be a dynamic force driving us towards greater spiritual awareness and conscious evolution. In essence, the junk DNA may not be junk at all, but a dormant spiritual powerhouse waiting to be activated. It's a fascinating concept, one that challenges our perceptions and opens up new realms of possibility. As we continue to delve into the mysteries of our DNA, we may just find ourselves stepping into a new dimension of existence.